Welcome back to the bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and episode number 4 of our Ar-Âdunâim campaign on Divide and Conquer with the expanded unit roster sub-mod. In the last episode, we can start with what we actually managed to conquer. We did conquer Mirlond, and then we made the mistake, I would call it actually, to sack it, just to make sure that we cleared out the or stabilized the public order, because we did of course lose Gimilthon to a revolt, and I would not, revolt, and I would not like that to happen to my faction heir. So we sacked it, but that also meant that we lost the port and I think also the merchant's wharf. So that is going to cost us quite a bit, both to build up again, but also in lost finances or lost income. So Flynn Skin gave me the advice to not sack towns unnecessarily, and that's something that I'm absolutely going to try to do. So we might sack a couple of castles or a couple of strongholds, but when it comes to cities, towns and whatnot, I will try not to sack them, because look at this. 352 population and 16,000 for the next growth. I think we are a city though, so we are already maxed out ish, but it's still I'm still missing out on a lot of tax income from the low population. So we have a lot of things that we need to take care of when it comes to Mirlond. We need the Dark Sanctuary, of course, for culture. We need everything economic. We need the Mason's Hall all the way up to the Guild House. Meeting halls, brothels. There are so many things I need to build here. So I'm thinking after the Dark Sanctuary, I will at least go up to the Master Mason's Hall. And after that, we will start working on some military. I'm also contemplating actually getting a brothel as well, so we can get the spy, but that's 2 turns away. We need to go we need to get the Dark Sanctuary first. We did lose 1 general, but we did also gain 2. If we go to our family tree, we got Fuinur and Arbazan to replace Gimilthon, who died tragically, and both of these generals are very promising generals, I would say, as both commanders and governors, but they are also mounted generals, so I would very much like to have them in the field in the future, so they can perform some charges, break or charge down some routing troops and whatnot. I am going to need them, but for now at least we have 1 governor in each of our settlements, and that's a good start. If we are looking to expand, I have 1 little issue over here at Barad-dûr, because I would very much like to take this settlement to be the last coastal region for us to hold when we start preparing to attack Gondor. But Gondor has an army outside of Barad-dûr, and I absolutely believe that they will be able to take that settlement, which will push us down a lot. There is 1 region over here. I don't really remember what the settlement is called, but the problem is that I want Harad to have an opening to move on land, and Khand as well on this side, and I will be able to attack from sea. That is the hope, but if they take Barad-dûr, then we might need to move in and take this region as well, but that means that Harad has nowhere to go but sea, and I don't really trust them to be smart enough to use the sea to perform any assaults. They did siege or attack Gobel Tolfalas, but of course got pushed back into the sea. The problem is that if we declare war on Gondor, we are going to do that, because our goal is to give the ring back to Sauron. But if you look at the overall rankings, they're white, so they're a little bit difficult to see, but they are a lot stronger in everything. We are increasing in military a little bit, they are diminishing, but they're still 4 times our strength, or even more than that. Production, they are ridiculously high. Territories, they are very high as well. And finance, yeah, they are just so much stronger than I am, so I won't be able to sustain a prolonged assault on them, unfortunately. That's why we need Arad and Khand to kind of do their thing over here. But we do still have kind of an ace up our sleeve, and that would be to sail with an army and try to take, for example, Dol Amroth, because that will make us a lot of money. And if we are able to defend it, that's of course going to help us out a lot as well. But for now, I would like to see if they are able to actually take Barad-dûrn, or if we can get an opportunity to sail some troops up, take it. It is a town, so of course I will try not to sack it, but we will desperately need a general to act as governor. Gobbelmirland can stand on its own. I'm also going to decrease taxes. Yeah, devastation is causing us to lose quite a lot of money there. But I do want the population to grow. So we are going to need that. For now, you can move back, help that out. And of course we want some visibility around here. I'm not sure our spy actually adds to the culture growth here. But I would love to see what settlement is over here. We do also have the opportunity to move east here and take this big independent region. But I would much rather for Harad to take that region, actually. But if they still don't move in a couple of turns, then I might send an independent or a captain-led army and try to take it. Don't really know where the settlement is, but we do need all the settlements we can get so we can make some money and just prepare for the assault on Gondor. But if we move to Gobbelmirland, first of all, I'm actually going to check if the culture grew with him in here, but because I don't think you have any traits that gives culture. You do not. Minus 10 construction costs, that's gonna be good. And also minus 1 squalor, that's also amazing. Mean leader. Yes, so what I'm gonna do, take the spy, move you over to this region, see where that settlement might be, and then I will have you start moving over here. I think we are all but ready. First of all, I want to see if we have any spies or diplomats moseying around. We do have Rune. Trade rights first and foremost. You would have said no if we asked more. Really? You're at war with Erebor and Vale of Dorwinion, but you're allied to Mordor and Khand. I don't think I need an alliance with you just yet, and I will also not trade my map information just yet, because we don't really need the money right now, and also we have 4 regions, so that's 800. I'm actually going to just be happy with the trading rights. Now, we need to move for Dorwinion, and then we want Dale, Erebor, etc. And you are searching for Dol Guldur.
As you wish.
There we go.
Yes.
Dornorak.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yes, you can give me trade rights.
Do not think our people accept this willingly.
And you are allied with Mordor, so I don't know why you're so angry, because I'm not allied with Mordor, probably. But with Harad and whatnot. Let's actually try to sell map information to these guys for 800. Perfect. Because it's gonna take a while for me to get back up here. And we don't want dealings with the elves. I wonder if we even want dealings with the dwarves, to be honest. And that is what we have up here. We have 2 elves. We do have some Valesmen, Moria, etc. So we can start moving up this way. Good. We could move some of these units back into the fort here for free upkeep, but I want them to be able to sail on a moment's notice if an opportunity presents itself. But for now, at least, I think I'm done. We are building everywhere, and we are recruiting what we can, where we can, basically. That's the thing with Umbar as well, because we need Umbar to make a lot of money for us, but we can also get basically the best units here already if we just focus on military. All the way back to the Alcaronda's Faithful, which I absolutely love. So the question is now if I should focus on military in Umbar or just go full out economics here and rather go for military in Gobel Mirlond, for example. I do know that I will need to do that in the castles. So many things I need to get done, but first of all we need at least the Master Mason's Hall in both of these regions. But now we can end the turn. Perfect. We got a new mission to talk to the Vale of Dorwinion. And that is what we shall do.
Yes, I shall continue
Oh,
tomorrow.
they're sieging Lest.
Stopping here.
I wonder if we can even get through here. Probably not.
As you wish.
Keep moving towards
Stopping
Bjorn's
here.
halls or something like
I shall
that.
continue tomorrow.
Now, how did it go over here? Okay, they're still not sieging it.
Ships ready.
This might be really awkward.
Yes, sir.
But it's a city. Take a whole bunch of troops. You can also leave.
Ships ready.
Yes, my lord.
They are not really, they're not very happy with that, but happy enough. When you go out, you're also happy enough. Can take.
Ships ready.
We need more infantry in this army, so I'll take all of you. And I want you to go up here. And I wonder if we can already reach. No, we don't have the movement points now. But I will give it one more turn and hope that Gondor doesn't lay siege to Barad-dûr, but that we will be able to siege it. The taxes are low, so they are happy enough. We did actually grow the culture just by like 1% without the spy. That is interesting. And there we have Amonethel. That is a settlement we could have here, but I'm very happy to see this. Harad is actually moving with a humongous army to take Amonethel, and then hopefully they will be able to push on to onto Pelargir and Gondor through this region, and I will be able to focus on sea, which would be amazing. Now, we do have some units here that are not free upkeep. I think you are really cheap, by the way. We would have needed to have some throwaway troops in the fleet as well. You are happy enough. Good. That's a good start. Now we can check our messages. We have retrained some pikes in Ar-Âdunâim. They had 38. Now they have 204. We are also working on the meeting hall to make Arbasan free upkeep. That will come soon. New family member. That is amazing. We need more Númenórean kids to strengthen our family tree. Perfect. Dorwinion, I am on my way. Rune is the richest faction. I did not see that coming. But okay, this works. This works. We didn't finish any buildings. We are training troops every here and there. Our economy is still going somewhat strong, so I will actually splurge on getting a Dulgubalak ship that is going to help ferry troops to and fro. You will be done in the next turn. You will be done in 2 turns. And you will be done in the next turn. Now, we will end the turn yet again, because we have moved everything we want to move. And just hope that Gondor won't lay siege to Barad-dûr. And they actually didn't lay siege to Barad-dûr. So I am going to do it myself. Ram and start sieging. I'm actually thinking about moving all of these troops up there as well. You get on the boat. Because, like I said, we will be needing a lot of troops in this region. And I think this is the best we can do for now. And I just hope that Gondor will actually let me take it. Because then we have all of the regions I plan to get. So then we can just focus on getting stronger. Ar-Âdunâim got the Belegaer footmen. And we might want to start moving some of you north via the fort to make you free upkeep. And now he is free upkeep as well. That is great. So now I'm going for the Master Mason's Hall, because we will need basically all of these buildings. But first I want them to be cheaper and take less time to get. Umbar. Now, market cheap, pretty quick to get. Culture is at 71, so if we focused solely on military right now, we would be able to get the best troops in the game. 2 turns, 3 turns, 3 turns. We don't need to grow the settlement a lot more, because it's already maxed out. But I do need to make more money. Let's go straight for... We also need better troops for when we start to go to war with Mordor. But let's go with the market for now. Cheap economic buildings that are going to make us more money. That is absolutely necessary for us. And Gobelmirlond, you finished the shrine. Not the shrine, the sanctuary. So the culture is going to grow. The devastation is devastating. And the cultural unrest is, of course, not very good either. But I will need to start with the Mason's Hall just to decrease the time in which we construct. And the culture is going to grow ever so slightly as well. But we are going to need the brothel. And yeah, this is the difficult thing. The difficult choices we have to make, that we need all the buildings basically. And also it's more expensive to construct now that we don't have the faction heir in Gobelmirlond. But that is just something we're gonna have to live with. Way station. Only cities can produce inns and brothels, it seems. Construction report. Already checked on all of these. So I'm happy. Anything else? We did make some money still, and we are somewhat balanced in our economy. I don't want to go completely overboard, deep into debt. I want to have some kind of balance in my spending.
I shall continue tomorrow.
Because otherwise, yeah, running into a deficit is not going to be a fun start or fun place to be in financially.
Yes.
You keep going.
Here.
And I think we are done. The spy are here. You are here. And I'm very happy to see this again. You go up and see if we find what settlement holds this region. We do have roads here. So maybe if we go this way, we will find that settlement. Good. Now I need to check through if there's anywhere we can recruit something decent. Doesn't seem like that's the case though. And these guys are good to just throw away at something, but they are ridiculously weak as well. So it's really only for trash and cannon fodder. And you will be moving north in the next turn. I don't think Gondor will be dropping off armies at our coast. They might, but they will absolutely be laying siege or blockading our ports. But we're not there yet. Now we are going to prepare, and hopefully we will take Barad-dûr in the next turn. Okay, I heard a sound that sounded like ships sinking and people screaming. And the Gondorian army ran away, but don't really know what's going on here. The One Ring has been located. That's awesome. Land of Wine and Song is rising. Dorwinion is resplendent. I'm guessing that they took Lest. The elves look upon them with favors. Pesky elves. And the ring has been located by a general in Minas Tirith. Well, we are not ready to take Minas Tirith yet, but I'm very happy that it's so close by. By a general in Minas Tirith. Okay. Now, I want to see... We have Tirithoros over there. Okay. I think that must be the settlement that holds this region. Keep moving. And we can start sending these ships up as well. They can at least scout a little bit. I just want to see Mordor taking some area here, taking some territories in that region.
Yes, my lord. As you
Oh,
approaching their
there
dignity.
we go.
Tomorrow's journey.
And
Yes,
you
my lord. Without question. What is
talk
it
to
you
them.
wish to discuss?
I don't like it because... Okay, he's actually an elf. I will not talk to
Until
you.
we meet again. Yes.
But I will find a human to discuss trade rights with. And it's not a rush. 3 turns left. Kingdom of Dale and Dol Guldur. Not fun for them to be at war, but it's good for us. Did we train them? Did we finish any important buildings? Ar-Âdunâim got even more units, the axe guards, and I'm going to trust Harad, send them into the fort as well, and then send all of these units north. We finished the port in Khaldun. That is perfect. Now we can go for the Master Masons next. And after that, I'm actually going to go for military only for quite some turns to make sure that we are actually going to have somewhat of an army. We need to start focusing on military, that is for sure. And in 3 turns, these guys are going to give up, but I think we should be able to attack them right away. And it is a town, so I need to remember not to sack it and kill some of the population. We can't really see any buildings they have, but if I'm guessing, they don't really have much. But I think we are done with all of our diplomats, so now it's time for the faction heir to move in on Baradhan. Gondorian captain. The balance of power is in our favor, but not as highly as I would have wanted, to be honest. But they only have 2 archers, which are the earliest archers of Harad, so I think we should be fine. And we do know that the Dark Lord favors us, and the power of Melkor is on our side. Let's fight this battle on the map.
Muster your courage, men!
And this is going to be a lot of fun, hopefully. We do outnumber them with archers, that is for sure. We have so many archer units, including, of course, our general, the faction heir. But if we just take a brief look at this base, we have 2 rams. We could attack from 2 different directions. But they do have the earliest tier towers. They will still pack a punch, but they won't be as dangerous as they could be. And it's just straight in to the square. I'm wondering if it's even worth it to try to go for 2 sides. Remember, his strategy is victory first. And they do have the units to spread out to fight us in several different places, and it's in our interest to clump them up so that our archers can rain down death upon them. So we are going to attack head on from the front, from the closest gate. But I will not be doing that with the Númenórean cohort, but rather with the Corsair Raiders. So I'll put you in loose formation as well. Then we need to fix or sort out our units. We have so many archers, which is going to be great for us, of course. We do have some spears with shields. Not as many as I would have wanted. Also some pikemen. We have our heavy infantry, which I would very much like to retrain sometime in the future, because they are, of course, the veterans from the absolute earliest days. And you can stand over here. We are worried that towers could start getting kills on him. But for now, we are just going to start pushing forward. Now, I want my archers to be in a position where they can get several good shots off. The tower is going to hurt us quite a bit, I will run you over there first, one big line, and then you behind it, and hopefully you will have enough range if we are allowed to put our troops in such a manner. The rocks don't want us to... There we go. That looks good. Something about the rocks. There we go. And the towers should start shooting. Yes, they already have. Bandits, sellswords, that's the captain, so it's important for us to kill them. Also looks like a lot of their troops are running back to the square. Now, how can we put you into a good enough position to get shots off? We do have a little bit of a hill advantage here, which is good for us. And I just hope that they don't manage to set the ram on fire. That would not be good for us. But with these towers, I'm not really too worried, to be honest. You start moving. Actually, I'm going to do this. Group you up. Run forward. Get you into a position to start raining down on the bandits and the sellswords. You can reach them already, which is great. Run over there. You can also reach... Yes. We will get several good shots in here. Hopefully we won't have to use our elites, because if we are going to defend this settlement, then we are going to need them absolutely. And all of the archers are shooting. Most of them actually have a decent enough angle, whereas some of them are shooting from an absolutely atrocious one. But I will be sending in my phalanx, first and foremost, I think. We'll also see if you can get good shots from that angle. And now, it's time for butcher's work. And you, and a little bit more like so. You want them to get as good angle as possible. They are already moving in. Phalanx. Move in to attack them. You can move back. And the pikes should absolutely have an advantage against the warband. You get ready. You get ready. Unfortunately, we are going to get a lot of kills here with our archers. And they are just running in with their bandits. I want all of my missile troops focus the sellswords, because they are the best units in this army, and also of course it is the captain. This should be going well for us. Let's have them put them in guard mode, and then you can start moving in as well. So far, we have lost 1%, killed almost a fourth, a solid fifth of their army. And we keep focus on the sellswords, with some of the archers having a very wonky angle, shooting those arcing shots. But the corsairs should have an absolutely perfect angle. Some of them shooting arcing as well. Most importantly, we are shooting at the sellswords. And so are you. Let's use this ability. That should hopefully affect them. At least I know that it's going to make our troops a lot better. Keep getting kills. Now, looks like they are starting to run back. So I will start moving in with my infantry troops, along with the corsairs. They are, of course, an infantry troop, but they are not the Belegator units. Okay. Some of their bandits are actually breaking. Pikes. Create a formation like so. And you will be moving for the square. Archers, all of you need to stop right now because you are doing so much friendly fire. And then I would like to see if you can start shooting at them instead. Perfect. And you need to get moving as well. And this should be a good angle for us. We're of course still going to take some casualties from the towers. That always comes with the territory. So far we lost 6%. Can we keep it below 10? Then I will be happy. Don't really know if that's going to be the case though. You move up here. Because the towers are of course still dealing damage to us. And you shield wall like so. And the same thing goes for you. Just hold them here. So far it's going pretty well over here. Don't like that the cell swords are as efficient as they are. You should still be shooting. Which one of you cannot reach? I wonder. All of you can reach. Good. Some of you still have the good angle. Some have the arcing shots. But I am fine with that. Cell swords should be killed quickly by the Belgair footmen. Let's just compare stats. 6, 14, 5, 8. So bandits are actually not that bad. A lot better than I give them credit for. Move up. Move up. And soon our spears should be able to have taken care of the cell swords. I hope. But they are suffering a lot of casualties. Let's see. What is the best way to go about this? This might be a bit ambitious, but I'm going to try it regardless. Actually, that gate is not open. We might as well run through here. There we go. 14. Oh, we are nowhere near only being at 10. Depends on how much we heal, but it looks like the cell swords are absolutely manhandling my pikemen. You stop being in defensive mode or stand ground mode and just get in here. Some of you are out of ammunition. That works. I won't be using you though. You can run back. I'd much rather have you in the settlement. And we can blow the horn as well. Don't quite understand how their cell swords are able to kill our pikes so efficiently. We might even have to send in our heavy hitters. Although I would much rather not have to do that. You can run over here and put you on the square. Let's drop you out of shield wall. I think that only gives defensive bonuses, not military, and start cutting them down. The warband broke. Let's see if we can sneak around with the corsairs. At least have them start killing the cell swords, or at least the bandits over here. And the towers are of course still shooting a lot of our units. How are you doing? Almost there. You will be shooting at the Ar-Âdunâim archers. Stand like so. You are very tired, understandably. There we go. Captain is finally dead, and that took a while. Now the bandits are going to break. Go after them. Both of you start pushing forward. And you are spread out, but you will come in here momentarily. Actually contemplating sending them into melee instead of taking endless volleys from the Ar-Âdunâim archers, because they are going to rack up a couple of kills on us. We don't have that much ammunition left though. We might as well take the rest of the volleys. And our infantry, or the bodyguards, are also, of course, very, very heavily armored. So I don't think the Ar-Âdunâim archers are going to deal too much damage to us. You are very tired, so I will leave you be for now. All of our archers have exhausted their ammunition as well. Stand there. Guard mode, fire at will. And we suffered a lot more casualties than I would have wanted, of course. That is probably always the case, but at least we will have another settlement. We will have all the coastal regions we wanted as our base. And then we will be able to grow from that. Okay. Move in with melee. I think our general looks really cool as well, by the way. I think that must be him. Now we don't need to fight anymore. We did lose 22%. Let's see how much we healed.
This is a clear victory.
19, so we healed 3% out of 22. A seventh-ish of our casualties. That is not good enough, so I will need to get some healing traits for the faction heir. 400 troops lost. MVPs should be the archers. 243 on the Naru sentinels. Very, very good units, of course. Perfect. At least we have taken Barad Harn now, and we can start growing from there.
Glory,
Perfect.
honor, victory. My lord,
And now I will follow Thinskin's advice and not sack the settlement. I will occupy it and then just jack down the taxes as much as possible. Actually, they look happy enough as is. We also have a grain exchange. Now, our culture is very bad, but we need the Dark Sanctuary first, and then the Mason's Hall. We don't need to decrease the taxes, but you can see that we are just on the edge here. I will put it down to low, get some quicker growth as well. And then we are really in need of the land clearance as well. But at least Dark Sanctuary first, Mason's Hall, and we have a good place to start. I will also send you out.
yes,
Hopefully,
with honor.
I do not want to send him so far that he can't get back.
Yes,
That will be good enough.
this tower will
Put down
be
tower
built
and
on
then
the
move
land.
back. So we can start getting some visibility. If you move out of Khaldun, they will not be happy at all. So I cannot do that. I do want my cavalry generals
Yes, my lord.
to put down towers to get me some better visibility. We absolutely need that. I don't see Harad having taken this settlement yet. That actually worries me quite a bit. Now you should start moving north in the next turn. At least put them in this fort so they are closer. We can actually try to move them all the way to this fort. But we do have units that already need to get into that fort. But at least we can start moving them up here. Or in this, yeah, this fort will be perfect. Great. We are done with this turn. We are building what we can. And we are ready to see what the next one has in store, I think.
My lord.
Yes. Let's end the turn, and in the next one get trade rights with Dorwinion if we find a human to talk to and not a pesky elf. Now, let's see.
Yes, my lord. You have
Just a fort. Trade rights.
You hold us at ransom.
Great.
Well, then,
And that will give us 750 gold coins. Now, we will move to talk to Dale. Although they are at war with Dol Guldur,
yes.
I still want trade rights with them. I haven't decided on the dwarves yet, though. So, let me know what you think in the comments on that one. Do you think I should trade with the dwarves? I've already said I will not be trading
Yes.
with elves.
What is it you wish to
Trade rights with you.
You
But I
hold
will
us
trade
at
with
ransom,
bears.
and you know this. Good day to you.
Great.
As you wish.
Hath
I shall
blocked.
continue tomorrow.
Dol Guldur and Dorwinion is at war. That is going to be good for Rune, depending on how strong Dol Guldur is actually going to be. Umbar has gotten some training done. Goblin Midland, Mason's Hall. Go directly. Let's see. So many things we need here. The culture is still low. Let's get the Master Mason's Hall right away. And then we can start focusing on the next level buildings. Good. Now, all of you could actually save us some time. No, we actually did not. We should have moved you north, but I just thought that the fleet would be able to sail a lot farther. You can actually jump into the ship as well in the next turn, and then we'll move all of you up to populate these forts. Now, we do need another general as well. We would need a husband to be presented to us. Or something similar. Now, where did I want to go? Go down here. Still independent. But you must have... Yeah, you actually dealt a lot of damage to it. But you were pushed back. Now, I need you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and make another attempt at it. Because I do not want to border Gondor here. I think I should only be bordering them at Baradharn. I'm hoping for that at least. Our economy is still doing somewhat fine, so I'm happy about that. I don't think I will be recruiting anymore for now unless I see something really tempting, which I don't. So we can quick save. You have already talked to Anduin Vale. You are going to talk to Dale.
My lord.
So let's send you over and see if we find some goblins of Moria, and also go up to Gundabad, Angmar, and those regions. Those factions. Good. Now, I am thinking about moving some of these troops into the fort. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I will be moving you and one of the archer units into the fort. Save us some more money. That is going to be good for us. Now, let's end the turn. Perfect. Thank you, Dark Lord Sauron. Council of Nobles. In my headcanon, it's actually Sauron giving me the 2,500 gold coins, and I am very, very grateful. Now, you. Good. Harad is still working on Amon Aethel. That's perfect. You can move over to Tir Ethraid. You are done with the Dark Sanctuary. Umbar got the market. Now, I want you to get the Mason's Hall. We are going to need the brothel here as well. We are going to need a lot of things, actually. But Mason's Hall first, so we at least get some reduction to the building time and the cost. And now I'm going to see if you can move down this way. And then build a tower so we get a little bit of visibility each time. Good. Not a lot of things that actually happened here, but we are going to move this army quite a far way. But I thought you would have a lot better movement points, actually. I think it might be because it's such an inexperienced... He's not even an admiral, I guess. Yes, Admiral Ankantar. Beautiful name, but I think it's because he's not very experienced. But what I'm going to do is sail you all the way over here. Should be there in a couple of turns, and it takes us a lot longer than actually moving across the land. So that's always fun. Now, Umbar, capital. Thinking if I should go for more trade. But what I would like to do is... Ooh. 34 turns until the next available units. I think we actually need to start doing some buildings for military. A ballista maker is going to be necessary in the long run as well. What I'm going to do is actually get the Warlord's Hall. So many economic buildings we can get, but we can also get them once we have available to us some better troops. Now building, 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 building. We are all queued up on that. Where do we want to move our diplomats next? Keep moving to... We could go to Dale this way, I think. They should have a region over here. And you.
Yes, my lord.
I think I'm actually going to wait until I get a quest to talk to the goblins of Moria before I go talk to them. And I don't think the next couple of turns are going to be very fun to watch, because the only thing we are going to do is build up our settlements basically and make us ready to assault Gondor. But also I'm kind of nervous about Harad not having taken this region, so I might just go and take that if I can train enough troops, like an army of 4 or something. But we are sending more troops north, and they still have some free upkeep slots here. But it's going to be important for us to have strong units in this region, especially Barad-Harn, since it's so weak right now. But moving the troops to the north and getting ready to sail out eventually as well. New mission. You want me to talk to the Woodland Realm. You just want me to send an emissary to them. No. If, I mean, the Dark Lord Sauron wants us to, then we could. But we don't like elves.
My lord.
Now you put me in a bit of a pickle, Dark Lord. But we will follow your lead and your guidance.
As you wish.
We'll not trade with them though. We'll only like give them 100 gold or something. Gundabad and the Woodland Realm is now at war as well. I hope that Gundabad will just smack them on their mouths. More javelin throwers, master masons in Ar-Âdunâim. Now I will be going for the mines, I think. Good a time as any. It's not the best mine, but the quicker we get it, the bigger the chances, or the more we are going to make back on it, of course. But then I'm thinking roads next, because we do have a somewhat decent population growth already. But I don't need to go for these. But I would rather like to go for military and roads. Actually, you give public health bonus 5 and public order due to law. It's good for us to get these buildings actually, but first I need to get the mine. Now, you do not have very good movement points. This is ridiculous. Just get over here. I thought they would be a lot better at sailing these things. Can't see movement points here. And now, I think we should already be done. We can train another wave of early tier troops. And I think I'm actually going to do that because we have another fort here where they will be free upkeep. Go ahead and do that. We also want to consider actually moving on to this region and taking that, just to make some more money off of trade. But it's important for us that Harad is strong. They did manage to take this settlement, which is great. Hang out in this region, give us some visibility. And let's see. I wonder where the border might be here. Let's see. Would like to see a border. Yes. It looks like Gondor is only bordering the Barad-Harn region and not Mirlond. So then we would only need to defend at Barad-Harn, which is of course the weakest settlement we have currently. Now you can start moving back to that fort. We are rolling through the turns right now. Khaldun, can you train something more? And get better fleets. Or more ships, rather. You'll be done with that in one turn. I think we are already done with this next turn, actually. So, when we are going to start attacking Gondor, I will not be going for, like, Tirithoros, just bordering regions here. I will instead plan to hold them, maybe at this fort even, but at least in this region. And Umbar and Khaldun will be sending fleets over to take, for example, Dol Amroth and maybe Methrast, or if we find another decent settlement, Ethelond, could also take that. But we need Ballista for one turn sieges, of course. And if we take Dol Amroth, I think that's going to help us a lot economically, and it's good at least as well to pull Gondorian troops back here. But we need massive armies with siege equipment to take these, and then also to hold them, and we of course need generals for that as well. So many things we need, so few things we actually have. But what we do have is the Grace of Melkor, and you can actually hang out here because we are sending more units to occupy those forts. Done with this turn. And we do have you.
Yes, my lord.
Keep going to Dale.
Without question. Yes.
Perfect. And the turn.
Stopping.
Rumors from Ar-Âdunâim. Now, I really hope that Ar-Âdunâim decides to accept the gift that our Dark Lord Sauron is offering to them, because his wisdom and his power and his generosity knows no bounds. Let's close the scroll and hope that they are reasonable. Umbar has gotten more troops. Good. And they're also going to be free upkeep for a little while. Do actually want to focus a little bit on military here in Umbar. We are making a decent enough amount of money there. And the growth is also actually pretty good. We do have Squalor, which is not the best. What if I just do this? The Squalor is of course affecting if we grow too rapidly. We get Squalor and then we won't grow anymore. So the low tax rate doesn't really help that much. So I think normal tax would be good. Balance it out. And that's what it's going to be there at least. Culture is still doing fine there as well. And ships, keep going.
Yes, sir.
To drop off troops here.
We can go no further.
And you can go towards this fort. Keep free upkeep for one turn. It's up here. We're probably going to need them. And I don't know if there are any scripts that are going to send a big army of, I don't know, elves to my shores or something. I really hope there won't be, though. We do already have a port. We do need to increase our movement points. We do also need availability to more troops. We need a leather tanner as well. So start with a leather tanner. That is going to give us some money and also some better armor for the troops that we do train. And then, no, actually, not the leather tanner, because we can get the guard barracks. And we need better troops. What is our culture like? 55. Let's go for the Warlord's Hall. This is a castle. We have to go for military here. Not have to, but that's what we're going to do. And you will also get the Warlord's Hall. Perfect. But at Harn, now I'm thinking what might be best for you. You need you to grow. You need the culture to grow as well. If we get a brothel, then eventually that will stack. So the more agents, the better culture. And it also does make us a little bit of money as well. Not as much as the port would, though. And that would also give us the Seafarers of Nindamos. 5 turns. Actually contemplating starting with a meeting hall. No, start with a brothel. We need to get more spies to help with the culture. And the earlier we get them, after the Master Masons, I think I will go for a brothel in Mirland as well. So we can just jack up the culture and go into military as fast as possible.
Ships ready.
That's what we're gonna do. And I've already started new constructions there.
Yes,
You-
my lord.
Moving.
Without question. I shall continue
Wonder if
tomorrow.
Dale has taken this territory. Looks like they might have. Although I don't remember where that settlement actually is. Might be somewhere around there.
Something here.
And you?
Yes, my lord. As you wish.
We are
Yes,
going
I
to
shall
do what the
continue
Dark Lord
tomorrow.
tells us and
Stop
send an
here.
emissary to the Woodland Realm. Our economy is still fine. We are still making money, although not as much as we would like, because of course ships, armies, these things cost money. But I think we are ready to end the turn. We need more ports as well, increase the trade. But for now, at least, end the turn. We won't be having a lot of battles in this episode. We've had one siege battle, which might not be the most fun. You will be going in there. You go back in. But the important thing for us right now is going to be to build a strong enough faction to launch an assault on Gondor. Ooh, Farasim nobles. This is a general, so I will be buying a general right now because we sorely need it. Umbar, you got the Great Hall. We should be seeing a... Oh, you need a Great Hall as well, so a Lord's Hall or a Warlord's Hall is not enough. Okay. I would like to go for some more economy, actually. But I will go for the Great Hall. You're already in it. Might as well see it through. Building. Building. Mirland. That should be the last one. We got the Master Mason's Hall. And instead, I will not be going for the Mason's Guild House quite yet. The culture is atrocious. I will be going for a brothel. So we can get the spy. And then eventually all of those will stack up. And culture will be a much easier endeavor. What's the maximum amounts we can get of these? Queue up. For now, at least, I think they can stay there. I do not plan on going to or go to war against Gondor yet. I do want more generals first, and I need a couple more ships and a lot more troops. But now we are kind of boxed ourselves in, so we need to go to war in order to get the resources and the mass that we need. But I would love to see Harad going to war, going harder to war on Gondor, actually. Like taking Tirethraid, that would be great. And I also want an alliance with Mordor before I go to war on Gondor. I want the alliance first. It looks at least like they are pushing somewhere. And look at the movement points this fleet has. It's amazing. But then we also got stuck on what? Path blocked. Okay. Interesting. We do need you. We do need their ships back though. So don't stay in there for too long. Now, I think we have moved everything we want to move. We soon have a mine as well. And I'm probably going to have to take this region. Because we need it for financial reasons. And I'm just going to trust Harad for as long as possible. For as long as I can. You move into that fort.
We have won.
And I think if we had roads in the Khaldun region, we would be able to move units to this fort in one turn, saving us some money in the process. But for now, we are ready to end the turn. So two things happen now. We will be able to talk to Dale.
You have a
Raid
proposition
rights.
for us? You hold us at ransom, and you know
And let's see. Well, I think we have 5 regions now, so I'll see if I can trade my map information for 1,000. Yes, they accepted. And now I haven't decided yet what to do with the dwarves. That will be for the next episode, I think. If you tell me what you think I should do. You should also talk to the elves, not because I want to, but because the Dark Lord told us.
This seems quite good, Adrian. Yes.
Move back. And then we'll go to the goblins of Moria. 750 gold coins. That works. It's good for our economy, and it's good to be in the Dark Lord's favor. I think when any one of you diplomats should start moving down to Mordor again, because we will need an alliance with them as soon as possible. And I don't think there is any other factions here for me to talk to. I don't really care about... I do have a diplomat up here if we should start getting trade rights with Erebor, but for now I just want to make sure that we get the alliance with Mordor. Why can't I go through here? That would be interesting to know, actually. For now, they are at least stuck. Some units in there. Drop off these units. There we go. You go back into Mirland, who is starting to make a little bit more money now. And look at the movement points we got now. Awesome. Keep an eye on this region. Gobel Torfalas, of course we should take that. I don't know if it's a very rich region though. They do have Istion here. Straight out of Lost. But of course it would be good for us to take it. It's a stronghold. It will help us with trade. We will get good visibility over this bay area. But first of all, we need to make sure that we are actually prepared to take the punishment for attacking Gondor. They should be trying to prepare for us. We can start making some troops here again. Why don't you take this region? I wonder. And if we take it, we still won't get a man of the hour, unfortunately. But I am contemplating moving this general over, taking this region, and but the problem will then be that we won't be able to move on Gondor, and I think moving on Gondor will be more important to us. So that's what we're going to do. Train troops, make sure that we get a general that can move on to... I'm thinking that Dol Amroth would actually be a nice settlement to take first. I would very much like to be able to assault on several points at the same time. But as it is now, we don't have the resources to do that. And I would also like to grow Barad Harn before we attack, because this settlement is not going to be fun to defend at all. But first things first, start with the brothel. And then we need to start working on population growth. And what I'm going to do, it looks like we have a lot of settlements that are have just one turn left on their buildings. So I'm actually going to end this turn, do another one where we queue up some more buildings, and end the episode after that. So let's just end the episode and finish, or end the turn rather, and finish up a lot of our buildings. There we are. You want me to talk to the goblins of Moria, and of course we shall do that. Should have Maythelberg or something around here. Good. Construction report. Look at that. Mines in Ar-Âdunâim. That should be great for us. We can get the mining network as well. Now this is difficult. Feels like mining network should be the next way to go, but we do need better military as well. Leather tanner. We need so many just basic buildings. How much is roads going to give us? Quite a lot, actually. And it's also going to improve our movement speed. Leather tanner would also help us out a little bit. Practice range would also be good. 6 turns. I'm actually going to go for some of the earlier tier military buildings, like leather tanner and practice range first. So we can get the bare necessities in Ar-Âdunâim. Khaldun. Got the Warlord's Hall. Yes. Now we can get the guard barracks. And after that, we will be able to get the Númenórean shield guard and the Númenórean cohort. Heavier infantry troops in this region. And that is going to be amazing for us. Will make it much easier to defend and attack against Gondor. Beautiful. Gobelmirland Brothel. Let's start with a spy first and foremost. The culture is at 23. 20 here. I'm actually going to ask you. Leather tanner, that would also be a grain exchange. Let's actually start with the port first. No, let's start with the grain exchange first. We can trade with the closest regions and then get the port so we can trade with our capital as well. But that is not good. We can't train a spy because we don't have a meeting hall. And then you will be able to be trained. Good. And Baradhan, you will probably have the same issue. To start with a meeting hall and queue up the spy. Good. And then the culture will grow a lot quicker and they will be able to help with new settlements as well. Perfect. Now we are building everywhere. We're not recruiting everywhere because I don't really want to overextend my economy too much already. And remember, I do want an alliance with Mordor before I attack Gondor. But I think we could set up 2 full armies, actually. And Gobel Tolfalas would be great. I think it would be more isolated. And Methrast, only 1 unit, and it's a stronghold, so it would be easier to defend. But you are a fortress with 3 units. And before we even consider laying these sieges, we will need a ballista maker as well. So we have a lot of turns to prepare this army that we are going to send. And a lot of things to do in order to get there. So, not the most action in this episode. But we did get 1 battle at least where we took Baradharn. And we do have a plan. We also saw Harad taking Amon-Ethel, which is great. But our plan now is, of course, I would first of all to get this fleet back. What do you want me to attack? There are no ships here. I wonder if it's just the Gondorian port that's blocking me. That might very well be the case, because I would love to have these ships back when we assault. And also, of course, I want you to get back and have a chat with Sauron.
Stopping here.
And I think what I'm going to do to ask for the alliance, I will offer to attack Gondor if they give me an alliance. And then I will do my absolute best to hold out at Baradhan and move troops over to the Gondorian coast. But until then, we have a lot of construction to do, a lot of preparation, a lot of smithing, a lot of recruiting. And it's still going to be very fun. I do love the maintenance part of this game as well, just dealing with logistics and infrastructure and whatnot. A lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any tips or tricks, please write them down in the comments below. Have a great day and take care. I will see you in the next one.